welcome back to another episode of AB in Focus. I'm Tala Michel Isa, Chief Reporter at Arabian Business. Here with me today is the CEO of BAT, Tadeo Luis Marocco. Thank you for joining us today.
It's a
And
pleasure.
thank you for coming on to the show.
My pleasure.
So, a lot to discuss. There's been a lot in the consumer preferences space that's changed, obviously, with the rise of new categories. So, let's talk about BAT's transformation. What can you tell us about that to set the scene for this interview?
Yeah, it's a very exciting time for the industry and for BAT in particular. We have a clear ambition to become a predominantly smokeless organization by 2035. And the beauty behind that is the fact that we'll be able to offer consumers who want to continue to use nicotines a much lower risk way to enjoy nicotine through these different products that we call smokeless products.
Obviously, it's more of a traditional industry and you have to pivot and be agile in this day and age in business. How was it at the beginning of this journey of, shifting your focus towards new categories? What made you take that decision to, like you said, advocate for a more smoke-free?
When you consider the impact of the financial in our organization, cigarettes is the biggest contributor at this point in time. What we are doing is using most of those financial resources to fund the transformation towards these new products. And we have to create new capabilities as we transform along. So capabilities that we didn't need when we were essentially a cigarette organization. We have to, for example, invest a lot behind science. We have to invest a lot in terms of innovation, in terms of data analytics, in terms of intellectual properties. So it's an upscaling our talent and creating space for new talent to join. In that sense, is a full rounded transformation that we are going through. And today, almost 18% of the total revenue of the group is coming from those smokeless products.
It's going to be interesting to see where, how much of that revenue is going to increase in this space over the next few years. But let's talk about the Middle Eastern region, and then we'll move on more specifically to the Gulf. So let's maybe talk about BAT's current market position in the Middle Eastern region. How much has it grown specifically in the wider Middle East?
It's a strategically very important for BAT, the Middle East region. It's all been running through here. We have in this area more than 40 different nationalities with more than 2,500 employees. So it's a very important setup for our organization. And obviously, we are very keen to work together with the government because we see the consumers are very progressive. They want to experiment and try these new products. And in that sense, we see the potential of growth. And on top of that is a place where we are very excited about the talent that we can get, not just for the area itself, but also for the rest of the group.
How have you seen the demand for this product in the region evolve?
What we are seeing worldwide is a tremendous growth of nicotine pouches, even in places where there is no oral tradition. And also the fact that there is no combustion, so there is no inhalation. So it's the closest you can get for a nicotine replacement therapy, for example. So health-wise, it sits very in the extreme of a lower risk in terms of consumption of nicotine. And we have very invested a lot behind our Velo brand, and it's doing extremely well in the duty-free in the Middle East. And the brand equity is growing because it's a product that wherever we are launching is gaining leadership in the market.
Interesting. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would like to thank you for the interview, to have me here today. Like I said, the Middle East is a very strategic part of our group. That's the reason why we have our areas set up here. There is a prospect of growth that is very unique, there is the progressiveness from the consumer point of view, there is the support from the government, not just in terms of our industry itself, but also in terms of the enablers of our transformation. I'm very impressed, for example, in my visit here more recently with all the efforts done by the government to incentivize, for example, artificial intelligence development, innovation, technology. These are all raw material for us to feed into our transformation.
Yeah, of course, especially if you're focusing on R&D. This is a hotbed for innovation, I guess.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.